Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unboxed. I'm so glad you've joined us. Last time we met, I threw the relationship ball right into your hands, especially dealing with difficult people. I told you that relationships with difficult people is not about the difficult person. We love to look at it what everybody else is doing. It's about how you manage yourself when dealing with difficult people. It's about your emotional maturity. It is about how you function. It is about how you operate. So stop blaming difficult people. The problem or the success is all about you. Last time I gave you the keys to maintaining successful relationships with difficult people. Today, this is what I want to do. I'm going to give you the best and most successful way to practice those skills. So it's not just enough to know what the skills are, but I'm going to give you the best way to practice those skills so you can manage yourself even in the most difficult with the most difficult people. So stick around as we unbox your leadership by unboxing relationships.
I'm Dr. Robert Davis, family life educator and relationship coach, and welcome to Unboxed, a frank and straightforward conversation about relationships. We're going to talk about family, church, workplace, and all other types of relationships. Join me for the next few moments as we unbox the power and potential of relationships and help you to live your best life.
All right. Thank you again, everyone, for joining. So glad that you're here. Before we get started, please do me a favor. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. That's right. Like, subscribe, and share. And if you are listening to this podcast, do me a quick favor and check out our website. It's www.swg-unboxed.org. That's swg-unboxed.org. All right. So as you know, the world is full of difficult people. They are unavoidable. And guess who else is difficult? You ready for this? You. Yes, that's right. You are difficult. Have you ever worked with or worked for yourself, Mr. or Mrs. Leader? You're difficult. You can be a real jerk. You can be a knucklehead. You can be something that rhymes with glass bowl. I'll let you figure out what that one is. You know who else can be very difficult to be within relationships? You ready for this? Your family. That's right, your family. Your family can be very difficult. If you don't see your family as difficult, it's probably because you have been using the 5 managing techniques for so long that you don't even realize you're walking with a limp anymore. You've been compensating and maneuvering and figuring out how to just basically stay sane in these relationships that you didn't even realize how jacked up the relationships are to begin with. So I tell you about the 5 techniques that people use to manage difficult relationships. The first one is direct conflict. That's arguing, lecturing, threatening, convincing, trying to get folk over to your side. That's what direct conflict is about. Trying to get people to come over to your side, threatening them that if they don't, here are the consequences, etc. The second one is distance and cutoff. You know what? I ain't got to put up with this. My name is Wes. I ain't in this mess. Hasta la vista. See you later, baby. The third one is pursuing. Let's work this out. Why are you leaving? Let's stay in the relationship. Pursuing people. The fourth one is triangling others into the difficulty. Usually that happens through gossip, but there are many other ways. We've talked about that before. Won't stay in it too long. And the fifth one is over functioning. As I told you before, that's doing for others what they should and could do for themselves. And so these are 5 ways that we've been managing our family relationship for so long that we don't even realize that the relationship is not well. When you hear people say, oh man, it's just okie dokie, there's no problems, nothing to see here, then that's usually the ostrich effect, burying the head in the sand. You have probably used counterproductive ways of managing family relationships so long that you can't even accurately observe what you're doing. Now, here's the rub. You ready for this? Here's the rub. If you can't figure out what you're doing wrong in family relationship, I mean, you got to remember, you've been in these family relationships all these years. And if you can't figure out what you're doing wrong in family relationships, how are you going to see what you're doing wrong with an obnoxious person that you work with? that you just met a year or 2 years or a few months ago. If you can't figure out what's going on and how to manage with folk that you've been living with all your life, how are you going to manage with a difficult person that you just met a few minutes ago? Are you with me now? So here's the secret to the most successful way to practice the skill of getting along with, again, it rhymes with glass bowls. Okay, you ready for it? Ready for it? Drum roll, big reveal, drop the curtain, and work on yourself in your family relationship. That's it. Work on yourself in your family relationship. Until you learn to manage yourself in the most emotionally important relationship system in your life, then you're going to struggle with managing yourself in workplace relationships. Let me read something to you very quickly. Working on yourself in your family makes the biggest difference in your maturity level. When Olympic athletes train at the higher altitudes, they are faster and stronger when they compete. Your family is high altitude training for emotional maturity. If you can be calmer in your family, you can do it anywhere, at work, on the subway, on a date, or when you are by yourself. If you can do it, like my man said about New York, if I can make it here, I can make it anywhere. I say the same thing about family relationships. If you can be an emotionally mature leader in your family, then you can be an emotionally mature leader anywhere. And so there are 3 reasons you should work on family relationships as a way of improving all relationships. 3 reasons, give them to you real quick. Here they are. Reason number 1, our families are the most emotionally significant relationships in our lives. That's right. That's the first reason why we should work on improving our leadership within our family before we try to improve our leadership in our workplace. Number 2, the second reason why that's so important to work on yourself within your family is our families pre-programmed our emotional computers. So it's kind of like going back to the source, getting into the matrix, going back to the source and really solving the real problem, which is the reason you're struggling so much with difficult person at work or difficult person at church is because the way that your family pre-programmed you to manage difficult relationships has not adequately equipped you to deal with the person at your job. So go back home, figure out how to work with those folk, and then allow that to be translated into all other relationships. Number 3, the third reason why we need to be working at home in order to improve all relationships is our families have the greatest influence over our emotional reactivity. Families can have the greatest control over how we react emotionally and how we feel, et cetera, et cetera. Here's another quote I want to share with you. Working on yourself in your family doesn't appeal to everyone. It doesn't fit with the quick fix, solution-focused techniques that companies love. For one thing, it takes time. People often want to work on their relationship with their romantic partner, or they want to do breathing exercises or journal positive affirmations. But spend more time with your family? Call that weird relative? No, thank you. But the reality of the matter is that great leadership is not quick fix. It's not about manipulating people. It's about really becoming the most authentic and best person that you can be. And the place that happens is before you get in your car and drive to work. It's before you log on to that Zoom call. It's before you walk into that board meeting. It's before you sit that employee down to do their evaluation. It's where it all started, in the home, with the family. That's where you get the skills. And I know that this is not what we're typically taught. I know we like to go to those leadership conferences where, they teach us some quick fix approaches. And here's what you do. If you do 1, 2, and 3, and this, that, and the other, you'll get more productivity out of your team and everything. And it's all focused on how you can galvanize and move your team. And this is how you share the vision and get the mission and blah, 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 blah. But the reality of the matter is it's really hard work. It's about getting our relationships back on track, starting with our family. And then with our family of origin, then with our immediate family, then working on our workplace family, getting that skill level that is so important. At UnBoxed, we encourage, this is the UnBoxed way, we encourage leaders to strengthen family relationships, to work on their family of origin. We coach leaders to be aware and to develop strategies to be authentic, emotionally mature leaders in all relationships, but especially the family relationship system. In short, go work on yourself in your family relationships. That's the UnBoxed way. This is how we unbox our leadership, by unboxing relationships. Take care.
Seasoned with Grace, UnBoxed also provides healthy relationship training and leadership development for businesses, churches, and community organizations. For a free consultation to discuss your team's needs, please contact us at our website at swg-unboxed.org. That's swg-unboxed.org.